Hi guys, welcome. My name is Leann and this is Small Town Stitches. Today is Thursday, February 2nd. How is everyone doing? I have been a complete grump this week, so I figured maybe this will help. This is also take 2 of doing this video. I made it almost all the way through. And there was gonna be so many splices and everything because of the fact that I just cannot concentrate on anything today, so work should be fun. We got coffee with my absolute favorite coffee mug. This was a gift to me by Heather the Blessed Stitcher in my advent box, and it is a giant coffee mug. My biggest problem with coffee is it doesn't stay hot enough for me. Like, this is already too cold, and I literally just made it, like, you know, getting sidetracked through the last time I tried to film this. So I need one of those like warmers that you set your coffee on your desk, because after a while I just give up and quit because it tastes different when you have to microwave it. And after microwaving it 5 times, I just quit and give up with it. So, how is everyone doing? I want to say, first of all, thank you to everyone for your thoughts and prayers when I was getting sick when I did my last video. Thankfully, our daughter never caught it, but my husband and I ended up coming down. We're guessing that it was either a version of the flu or just a really bad cold. So we both ended up getting this like horrible like cough and like a lot of sinus pressure, congestion, and then I had some like GI upset problems, which for some reason I always get when I'm sick since I had COVID. But we didn't have COVID or anything, but it was a pain. It took us a week to get over it. My husband actually ended up having to find coverage for himself for 2 days. He had 2 12-hour shifts, so he missed 24 hours of work, and that's not something my husband normally does. He's not that type of person. So yeah, it wasn't fun. I actually ended up catching a fever one day. My husband found me like falling asleep sitting at my desk, and a couple of my nurses were like, go lay down. It was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So like I literally walked to my couch, laid down, and was out. And I'm not one to nap. Like, I don't ever nap hardly. So I don't know. But then I don't know if anyone else is feeling this with their kids, but it seems like every other week they're catching something else. It feels like. So last Wednesday, Thursday, there was snow days. Wednesday because we had snow, and then Thursday we have a lot of back roads, like in our little small town, a lot of dirt roads, and they were super icy. So they canceled school from that too, and then they had it on Friday. Well, Wednesday I went out to shovel my car in because my husband was going to be working, so I was going to have to take my daughter to school that day. And I was outside shoveling. My daughter had said her belly wasn't feeling the best. And I was like, okay, well, just lay down on the couch. I'll go shovel and then we'll get you to bed. Well, I came inside after shoveling and heard, Mom. And I instantly knew she had thrown up all over the carpet. So scrubbed that out. She ended up throwing up 4 more times that night. And then stopped. And then the next day spiked a fever. So she got to spend that snow day sick. And then she broke it that night. So she had a fever about 24 hours. And then she wanted to go to school on Friday because they had school. And I was like, you have been fever free for like 3 hours. No, you can't go to school yet. So she was not happy. So she always tries to come up like the night before with a reason to stay home. But then when she misses school, she's not happy because she likes school. So she missed her spelling test. So thankfully we have a friend that's in her class, and I texted the mom and they did have the spelling test. So I was like, all right, well, there's Sunday. We're like, we got to get on this because you could have a test tomorrow. And that stinker pulled a 38 out of 39. She is so smart. Like, math, spelling, social, everything. Like, and she's not happy. She didn't like it because she's not happy unless she gets 100%, which is not her father and I. That is not like at all what we convey to her, but apparently that is my dad. That is the type of person my dad is, even though he doesn't like push it on the grandkids. And he just thinks it's funny, and I'm just like, this is miserable. Like, dude, yay, you got one. Stop. So, but yeah, everyone's doing great. Husband's at work, daughter's at school. It's February. Her birthday is in 20 days. I'm gonna have an 8-year-old. How is this? How is she gonna be 8? When I started my Flosstube channel, she was 10 months old. I've been doing Flosstube for 7 years, by the way. I hit 7 years in December. I want to, what? All right, so we're about 6 minutes in. Let's talk some stitching. All right. I got a lot of stitching done in January. I got a total of 12,701 stitch. I don't know. I got nothing. Apparently the stitchy bug was very strong with me in January. So, let's see. Let's talk. First, we're going to do our temperature. So I'm doing the temperature pattern from Zara Design Studio on Etsy, I believe. I have done all of January, so this is perfect. So, let's see. I'll show you where we're at. This is January. So many purples, and I'm not a purple girl. So we have, I'll bring it in, you have some really dark, like wine colored. You got some dark blue, this random teal, different colors of purple, blues, and then on the bottom, those were our really cold days. This is the same exact color of floss, just variegated, 24 and 20. So in January, our high was 52 degrees on the 4th, and our low was 20 degrees on the 31st. That's in Fahrenheit. So that's where we're at. I really like this because it's not extra stitching. Like, you don't have to do any prep work for it. Like, it's just the daily stitch, and I really enjoy that. But I'm ready to be done with these purples for at least a little bit. Let's get some other colors in there. I almost was really excited when it got so cold that I got to stitch like a light version, like a pink purple, because I was like, oh, it's something different. All right. Let's get into our stuff. Our first one we're going to talk about is, where is it at? Butterfly Rose Cross. This is by Bridget Ashwood. It is a Heaven and Earth Designs. It is a mini. And I was gifted this by Desiree for my birthday last year. I got a total of 419 stitches on it. Let me pull it up on Pattern Keeper really quick. This is where we are. I am going to be restarting this. So I kind of did something. I'm going to be restarting 2 pieces. I actually already restarted one, and I restarted one in January. I have decided my absolute favorite count for full coverage is 22 count 1/1. Now, when you stitch 22 count 1/1, you can see the fabric through it. But farther away, like they say for all full coverage, you stand back at like a 3-foot rule, and it looks fine. And I love stitching with 1 thread. So this right now, it was at 1.66%. So I had 1,048 stitches done. I didn't even have one page. It's like a tiny corner of a page out of 3, 6, 9. So instead of just powering through it, I just decided to restart it. So this was on an 18 count 2/1 full cross, and I'm going to restart it on a 22 count 1/1 full cross. So next time that comes up will be a restart. Words. Okay. Is this what I want? Yes. Speaking of, where is it at? I'm finding, there it is. Speaking of new starts, this is Building Dreams. This is a Heaven and Earth Designs artwork by Kevin Daniel. This was restarted in January, and I have done like 127 stitches last night because it is currently my whip go for February, and it gets 5 days. So I got 412 stitches done in January, and then I got 127 last night. So we're currently sitting at 539 stitches, which is 0.21%. So this is, look at all this. This is where we're at. This is 22 count Hardanger, 1/1 full cross. So this is what I'm talking about. So I don't know if you can see through. It's actually not that bad. It's so tiny looking. So this is the first 2 rows in the corner, and this is, so it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4 diagonals, which you can set your pattern keeper to have diagonal lines. And I really like it. I love stitching on 22 count. Love it. And this was right here, the inspiration to restart other projects. And from moving forward, all of my projects will be on 22 count 1/1. I can't wrap my head around 10 stitch. I can't do it. So there's that one. Good gravy. Okay. Next, let's get out of Building Dreams. I loved stitching on this one. This was a birthday start for me. I don't remember when. Actually, I can tell you. Pause. I got my notebook here. This was a birthday start for me in 2021. This is the Prairie Life Sampler by Heartstring Samplery, and like I said, I am cropping all this bottom motifs out to just come right below the words. I'll put a picture of where it was at the start of the year. And here we are now. So this got a total of, so I had my 3 days I spun it, and then because my fabric wasn't in for a restart, I put it for the next 3 days because I was having so much fun. I only got 676 on it, but. So what we focused on was finishing this house up. You can see kind of where it stops right there. That's where it was. So we finished the house up. We finished the smoke coming out of the chimney. We did the 2 trees, started these 2 trees. And then this has to be my favorite part. This is a quilt hanging on a clothesline. You can see it very, if you look, you can't really see what's supposed to be the line. But it attaches to the house and this clothesline pole is where we're at. So I love this. I love it. So I didn't realize that it's almost 2 years old. Love it. Can't wait for it to come back out again. All right. Oops, let's put the pattern away. All right. Then we have our stocking, which it just happened to work out that it was on the 23rd, 24th, and 25th. That's how I spun it. And I always try to work on it the 24th and the 25th anyways. My stocking is a stitch along I am doing with Vonnie, who is Thread the Needle here on Flosstube, and I believe it's my Stitch Diary on Instagram. This is where it was. I only got 283 stitches in it. This is where we are. This is the bottom of a page, so we're just kind of filling in. This has a lot of confetti, a lot as you can expect with all this, but it says we'll have another page over here too, but I still think it's beautiful. This is on an 18 count. I haven't been telling fabrics. Prairie Life is on an 18 count as well. So is this one. And like I said, it's a stocking. I kind of like the fact that it'll be bigger because I'll be using this for like a decoration purposes, and I'm not restarting this. Not all of them are getting restarted. Most of them are not. So I love this. The tassel, the garland with the lights. This is one of those pieces. So when you're stitching, and I'm looking at it like this. So I usually stitch in a hoop holding my hoop generally. And it looks like a lot of nothing. Truly. But when you hold it back like this, like you're like, whoa! There's the lights and the bulbs and the garland and the tassel, and it's just beautiful. So that's where we're ending this one. It'll come back out to play again this month. That was January's progress. Okay. All right, so then our last thing that we spun this month was Autumn Blessing by Shannon Christine. I found out this past weekend that Shannon Christine, at least this pattern, is Pattern Keeper compatible. I feel like it made it so much faster. I love Pattern Keeper. So while my husband was cleaning carpets, I was inputting my progress of where I was at. Let me tell you, so we only have carpet in 2 rooms, our family room, and this room is technically a living room. We have a living room, family room, but we use it as an office. My daughter's drum set, you know, that's what we use it for. So we only have carpet in this room and our family room. Our family room is an addition, so if we were to take the carpet out and do like a linoleum or hardwood or something, it would be really cold in there because they did not insulate it well. The carpets were disgusting. Like my poor husband and I, he kept asking me like, is the water getting better? And I'm like, no, not really. It was gross. That's all I can say. It was gross. The house smells so much better. Hopefully it will help my husband and my daughter's allergies. But they look so much better. I would say they look pretty close to brand new again. So, anywho, this is where Autumn Blessing was before we started. And this is where I got it to after 777 stitches. So we did the outline for this block. I did the 2 buttons, and this truck is pretty much done. So let me bring it in. I have to do that middle part and then the back of the truck, and that's it. So I really liked this. I didn't want to put this away almost, but I did. And I think this piece is I'm gonna try to do this for my daily 30 in March because the colors are so bright and cheery, and March is my birthday. So I figured, why not? And this is stitched on an 18 count Bestitch Me in Grog is what I'm stitching this one on. All right. I had a huge finish in January. Right on schedule. If you are on Instagram and follow me, you already know what this finish is. I did not show a picture of it. So I can't post, I can post it as a story because I can block my husband from the story, but I can't post it as like a post because you can't block someone from that and he could see it. I finished my husband's surprise piece. So Mini Hometown Hero Firefighter by Donna Gelsinger is done. It is not ironed in typical me fashion, but it is done. I ended up doing 5,913 stitches on just this piece. Ah! There it is. It's done. When I put my last stitch in last Saturday, I told my daughter, I was like, Bella, it's done. And she literally, that little stinker was like, yeah, right, Mom. It's like, no, it's done. Come look. So I am so excited. So I've had a couple people ask, my plan is to keep it a surprise and try to get it framed for him before I give it to him. That's why I haven't posted anything. And then more than likely, I will record him opening it for everybody. I just can't stop looking at it. This is the mini, and I'm so excited. So excited. So I bought my floss basing it off of what they say, right? The recommended, and the recommended is for 25 count 1/1. So I figured I was gonna run out of floss because I stitched this on an 18 count 2/1. And obviously an 18 count uses more fabric than a 25 count does. Where is it at? Just so you know, I have all these still and all these still that I didn't use. Not sure how that's possible, but now it gets to go into stash for other projects because I have a lot left over. So now I have a new project bag to use, and I have to keep an eye out on Michael's and go grill them on if they've ever used, if they've ever done cross stitch before, and if they have, what the process is. So my last project that I have to show is the piece that I did for my daily 30. So this was also a Whip Go piece. So I believe I have a picture of like where it was after Whip Go, and where it is now. So this is Mini Sea Opal. This is by Elizabeth Welker, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. Our mail's here. I have new glasses that are supposed to be being delivered today. And all he did was put an envelope in there. I hope my glasses didn't come in just a padded envelope. I'll have to run out there in a minute. So this is where we were at the start of January. And if I have a picture, I'm going to insert where it was after Whip Go. This is proof that daily, even 30 minutes a day on a piece over a course of a month add up. So I ended up getting a total of 2,408 stitches on this piece and got my first page finish. Here we are. I am so happy. So happy. The colors are just phenomenal. I almost didn't want to put this one down, but I love this. This is stitched on an 18 count as well, 2/1 full cross. So beautiful. So beautiful. I have a lot of people who are shocked that I don't use line or gridded fabric. I can't. My brain can't do it. I've tried and I hate it. So typically what I do is I either work rows or diagonals and try to stay in like 1 or 2 at a time, so that way my count doesn't go off. I don't do like extreme cross country because you're darn well everything would be off. So that's where this is. I am so excited. I had a total of 3 page finishes, full coverage page finishes, 1 on this and then 2 on Firefighter this month in January. So I am super pleased with my progress, as well as kind of keeping track of my page finishes, because I feel like a lot of times and full coverage stitchers kind of chime in, but everyone shows their finishes. And when you stitch a lot of large pieces, you don't have a lot of finishes, I feel. So I figured if I start counting page finishes, because typically a page of full coverage still has more stitching than some people's pieces, I feel like that would be like, I did not get project finishes, but I've done X amount of page finishes. So it's a mind game. Let's be real. It's a mind game. Okay, so for February, our WIP Go numbers are 7 and 11, which I tried to show you at the front. So 7 is my building dreams that I've already shown you. And my 11, it's already on a thing, is my Halloween sampler, which is by Cottage Garden Samplings, which is this one. I am on, I'll just insert a picture of where I started. I have also decided to make this my daily 30 piece for this month. Why? Because I want to see if I can possibly either finish it or get it super close. That's my goal. So it'll be 30 daily, unless on its 5 days, it'll be its focus. Now, we have a new focus piece. And it also is the reason it came up to stitch last month and I didn't do it because I was waiting for the fabric. This is Beginner T-Rex. It's being stitched for my daughter, and its art is by David Penfound. It is a Heaven and Earth Designs. There's not much to show you. It was stitched for the first time yesterday, but there's 200 stitches on the corner. So this will be my new focus piece to do, I don't know, what I can every day. I'd like to see between 150 to 200 a day if it's possible. If it's not, then it's not. Okay, what else? Where's my notes? I lost them. Where are they at? There they are. Okay, so I've covered all of that. I have some crochet to show you. I decided to work on another blanket. This is for my husband. He knows about it. I figured he could take it to work, keep it in his footlocker he takes back and forth when he has to work overnights. Problem is, they don't sell this anymore and I'm going to run out. So I'm going to have to probably just put this in the middle and a color before and after. This is Autumn Leaves by the Bernat blanket yarn. They have a Fallen Leaves, which looks completely different now. They don't sell this. I've looked on Yarnspirations, I've looked on Amazon, I've looked on Walmart, I've looked on a generic Google search. Can't find it. I had 4 of these, the big blanket skeins. It's not going to be enough. I am doing this in a single crochet because my husband likes tighter blankets. He doesn't like holes in them. I don't really either. I can't open this all the way. But this is where we're at. It's doubled, so it's going to be big, but that's where I'm at. I think I've done most of it. I didn't even have a whole chain done since you guys last saw it, so this has been a month's progress. 2 weeks, I'm sorry, 2 weeks progress, because you guys didn't, you saw it. I talked about it last time. Jeez, oh Pete's. So that's where I'm at on that. So I gotta go to like Michael's or something and either take a piece of the yarn with me or take the blanket with me and kind of match to see if I can find like the cream or the brown. It's kind of what I'm thinking to match, and then I will do like some on the top and some on the bottom, and that would be like in the middle as like a stripe. I don't know. Okay, what else? Haul. Like I said, not spending money and no spend 2023 is out the window. So I had placed a kind of large-ish order through 123 Stitch for some 22 count. So like I said, I'm going to be restarting Butterfly Rose. That came in. I restarted Beginner T-Rex. That came in. And then I had completely forgotten one of my projects. But it ended up, when they sent it, they sent like a yard, which is what? Like 36 by 43, I think. But they didn't cut it. They sent it as a 2-yard panel. So because they did that, I actually was able to get more than I was supposed to. So I have fabric now in 22 count for my farmer's market, which is an Amy Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth Design. I have it for the Shire painting. I have it for the Church's pattern that I think is going to be a birthday start for Angie. The thing with the Church's pattern is I needed a 41 by 13. It is super long but short. And I have a 43 by 15. So I'm going to have to sew fabric along the whole outsides so that I can use it for framing and stuff at 90 years old when I finish it, if I'm alive still. And then I have fabric to start Faces of Fairy, which will be started around my daughter's birthday. I think I started the day before, is how it ended out. And because this reminds me of my daughter, I thought it would be a perfect birthday start for her. So it'll be started this month. I had all of it except one of my yards of 22 count Hardinger is on back order. It's supposed to be here in like ship February 8th. And that's the one for Farmer's Market. I got everything else cut, ready to go, labeled. I ordered another one of these large bags, which is what I use for a lot of my full coverages. They're just the little cheapy ones. I need to message Janet, and I know she watches my videos, Janet Jabber. She figured out how to sew fabric and stuff on the outside of these to use it like a project bag, which would actually make these last longer too. So I need to talk to her. And then I bought some of these large floss keys. I didn't realize how large these were gonna be. Let's open these. They're not gonna fit in a fabric box, that's for sure. They're enormous, but they would fit on a ring. I don't know. We'll come up with them somehow. Something for them. So that was my Stitchy haul. I ordered some yarn. Because, you know, apparently now because it's cold, now I want to stitch everything. I have one blanket that I won't be able to show on here because it would be a gift. And then I have these. So after I do my husband's, I have 3. My daughter wants more blankets from me. So I have picked out, she picked out yarn. This is actually called Americana. It's by Red Heart Super Saver. I thought these were larger. My fault for not reading the ounces. But these are only, I think they're 5s. 5 ounces. But this is what this one looks like. I got 6 total. Americana. She picked it out. And then another one I'm going to do for her. See if I can take them out. My daughter loves blue. Blue is her favorite color. So I bought, there's 3 of these too. Again, I thought they were larger. This is Ocean by Red Heart Super Saver. And then I bought these. These ones are bigger. So I figured originally I was going to do all the stripes with these, the variegated, and have this as a small, but I think I'm going to do the bigger striping with this, kind of like I did in that other one I showed you guys recently, and then this will kind of be the accent, is what I'm thinking. So she is very excited. Lots of haul from someone who doesn't usually have a lot. And then I was gifted a chart out of the blue on Tuesday. I had a really crappy day on Tuesday. I was a Grumposaurus Rex. I was gifted this beautiful pattern. It is called Mini Ray of Light by David Penfound. It is stunning. I love lighthouses. There's just something about them. I love them. This was gifted to me by Mandy Pinecone on Instagram, and I think it's beautiful. So I can't wait to start it. When? I don't know, but I think it's stunning. All right. I have been watching some Flosstube. I've caught up on a lot of my people, so I don't have as much to watch because everybody needs to put out new videos, okay? I am completely caught up with Alara. So I'm caught up with her. And then I am also completely caught up with her, but Nikki Stitchy, I love her. She is stitching the Grand Library and she's doing it like cross country. But in the middle, she has the chair done already and it looks so realistic. So realistic. So go check her out, give her some love. Excuse me. I think that's all I have. Oh, if you were on my Instagram and saw my new start the other day, I was starting the Middle Earth map by Tilt and Cross that I'm not going to do right now. I started at 1/1 on 25 count and I do not like 25 count. I remember trying it before, but I was like, I can power through now. I like 22 count. There's a huge difference between 22 count and 25 count, and I do not like 25 count. Problem is, for that map, they do not make it large enough for the map in 22 count. So what I'm gonna have to do is play around with it. Is either sew 2 pieces together and just stitch over it, or I'm gonna have to like try to hold the fabric and stitch the X's to hold the fabric together as I'm doing it. Or I cut parts of the map out so it fits. So I'm playing with it right now. But I'm not gonna stitch it on 25 count. I've decided that already. So the map is it's not to be determined, it's to be restarted later on this year. Is that everything? I think that's everything. I should probably get to work. So hopefully you'll see me again in 2 weeks. I hope everyone is staying warm. It has been cold here. Whew. But I hope everyone is doing well. Hopefully you have a great February. I love the comments that are coming. I truly try to respond to everybody. It really bothered me that I was sick and it took so long last time. I try not to just like heart. I try to actually respond to you, even if it's telling you thank you because you took the time to talk to me. I want to take the time to talk to you. So yes. All right. I have to go put this away and get to work. So I will talk to you guys later. Remember, your mental health is important, and to take time for yourself each and every single day, and to be a light to the world around you. I will talk to you guys later.